Hello and welcome to another episode of Pet Pals. I'm Bethany Davidson, the Humane Educator here at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. Animal wrangling for us, as always, is Tammy, and who she's got with her right now is our first guest. This is Kilala, and she is a beautiful dog. She is a Catahoula Leopard Dog mix, and she has a very unique, very striking blue merle with white color and pattern on her. You may recognize her from earlier or kind of in the summer, fall last year. She was previously a resident here, and at that time her name was Pearl, and now she's back. When you look online, I think what it says is her name is Pearl/Kilala. So regardless of what you come in and call her, we will understand what dog you're looking for. She was, again, a previous resident, so she's already been spayed, so that's already been taken care of. She is a kind of a high-energy dog. Initially, the first time she was here, she was a little more nervous, but now she's a little more confident, and she can jump up on people and things like that. So we have suggested that she go to a home with older children or adults only, just to make sure she's not going to be jumping up on any kids, knocking anybody down or anything like that. She kind of runs into people a little bit when she's walking. Things that we've noticed about her since she's been back, she does know a nice sit. She gives paw. She's kind of treat motivated. She loves attention. She's a pretty happy dog. She loves to cuddle and get lots of pets, but again, she does, as you can see, have that jumpiness into her. Hasn't really been interested in a lot of toys. She willingly gives up objects, no issues with food aggression, really. She is very friendly and excited. She does need to work on keeping, on the house training a little bit. She's not keeping her kennel clean here. Not always an indication of necessarily how well house trained they are, just in the kennel environment. So if you are interested in making Kilala part of your family, you want to stop in and visit her here at Animal Control. The adoption fee for all of our adult dogs, she's 3 years old, is $92.50. Our next guest is Murphy, and Murphy is our longest dog resident. Murphy is color-coded purple now. We talked about our color coding changes, and purple just means that they need a little bit more training. And we only want certain people to be taking those dogs out as far as volunteers and things like that are concerned. Murphy came in and he was, used to being around other dogs. He lived with cats. He was just he is just a really good dog. But as he's been here longer, he's kind of started to get a little annoyed at the constant changing out of his roommates, and would prefer to be in a nice home. And he's also getting bored here. So his behavior shifted a little bit. We do have a special group of volunteers that are working with Murphy on a regular basis. They're training him, they're making sure he's getting out more. And so his behavior is improved, but he still really needs to get into a loving home because he's just super bored here and he's tired of all of the dogs. He's kind of being overstimulated by all of the noise and smells and things like that. He has had some people that were interested in adopting him show up here to visit, but they, when they did their meet and greet with their existing dog, it didn't go so well. So we're making other arrangements for Murphy because he kind of is tired of being just here in the shelter. We've taken him out to other places, and he seems to do much better out in the community. So if you have an interest in adopting Murphy, but you have an existing dog, we can make arrangements for your dog to meet Murphy at the park instead of here at the shelter where he's, kind of feeling a little bit insecure and things like that. You may notice that he does have some kind of skin irritations on him. We are making sure that we're taking care of that. We're trying to figure out whether it's an allergy. So we've changed the products that we use on his kennel, and he does occasionally get some doses of Benadryl to help with that. But we think that it is also maybe relating to the fact that he's kind of bored in his kennel and he's licking a little excessively. So we're trying to make all of the arrangements possible to make sure that Murphy is getting all of the attention and care that he needs to be his best self, not only here in the shelter, but also once he gets home. If you're interested, stop by. We can set you up with an opportunity to interact with him and see how he really is. To do that, you first have to stop by the shelter here. We are located at 1832 Rosemont Avenue. The last dog we have for you today is Rocky, and he is just a puppy at 9 months old, and he is a very handsome guy. He's got that great, typical kind of pit look. He's got the brown and white coat. He's just super handsome, and as you can see, he's very, very playful. He's really come a long way. He is a very, very shy dog, even though you wouldn't necessarily know it by looking at him right here. He's very comfortable with Tammy. We did introductions with the people that were in the room before he came out to kind of sit and be on the show. So because he has a tendency to be very nervous, scared of loud noises, sudden movements, those types of things, we are asking that he go to a home with older children or adults only, just because sometimes young kids don't understand that the dog's nervous. They like to do running around a lot. They like to make lots of noise. They have toys that make lots of noise, and that can startle Rocky, and we don't want to put him in a situation where he's going to be scared and uncomfortable. Sometimes dogs also kind of react out of fear and do things that's not typical of their behavior. We want to make sure nobody gets hurt, especially kids and the dog itself. He is a puppy, which does mean we will be adopting him through our puppy process. For puppy process, we take up to 4 applications and choose the best fit for the dog. It's also an extended application that asks questions about your experience with raising a puppy, what kind of plan you might have, if you have breed experience, because they're relying on us to teach them, things like sit and stay and don't run out when the door opens and don't jump on people and what's appropriate to chew on and not. House training is a big thing for puppies as well, making sure he doesn't go in the house. So all of that's going to be, on his owners to make sure he has all of that, those basic dog training kind of obedience things down. As a part of our puppy process, also, there's a larger fee. So our puppies are adopted for $150 instead of that normal $90 to $50 price range. If you were to adopt Rocky here, it would probably be best to keep him kind of just, in the house, going out for short walks in the yard and things like that for a week to 2 weeks, and then start introducing him to, your family and friends. And a lot of times we're super excited when we have a new pet, but it's important for those pets to become comfortable with us before we start introducing them to tons and tons of people. If you're interested in taking home this playful little guy, stop in and visit here at Frederick County Animal Control. Again, we are open to the public 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. The last guest we have for you before the break is another one of our rabbit residents. This is Jupiter. He's about a year old, and he is a Dutch rabbit. Over the winter, we had tons of rabbits, and we've kind of gotten it down to where we just had 2, and then we got some more in. So Jupiter, Valentino, and Violet are some new rabbit residents that are available for adoption. He is an orange color-coded rabbit, which means that he's individually average. You can handle him. As you can see, he's happy kind of hanging out on a lap. But, you want to make sure that you are handling him in the appropriate way. It's important to do research when you're adopting any animal, but especially when you're taking on things that are kind of non-traditional, like rabbits, guinea pigs, chinchillas, all of those types of small animals. You want to make sure that you're providing them the best care possible. These types of rabbits are bred to be house rabbits. They are meant to be part of your family. They are not meant to live outside. Even if you are putting them in a hutch outside, they're not meant to live like that. A lot of people who have litter trained their rabbits kind of let them roam free just like cats. In my observations of Jupiter's cage, he seems to be pretty good about using his litter box. Doesn't have tons of little pellets everywhere, so that's a good thing. Rabbits should also have bigger space to run around. You don't want to just keep them in a small cage. They need to be able to exercise. That's important for all animals. So getting him a space where he can run around and play. As far as why Jupiter was brought to us, living situation changed in the house, and he made his way to us so that we could find him another suitable home. He is a very handsome rabbit. He's very soft. One of the unique things about him is that he actually does have 2 different colored eyes. One eye is brown and the other is blue, so that kind of sets him apart from the other rabbits on the adoption floor. As you can see, we've also kind of got some of the things up there that rabbits eat. They like their hay in addition to their rabbit food, their rabbit pellets. Lettuce, we give them a lot, and carrots. Carrots are actually a treat for the small animals because they are high in sugar, so we want to make sure we're not just consistently giving rabbits carrots all the time, because it's like giving your kids candy. Our rabbits are adopted for a fee of $50, and as with our cats and dogs, they're always spayed or neutered before they were to leave the facility. If you are interested in Jupiter, you can stop by and visit. On Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, the kennels are open from 10 to 5. On Wednesday and Thursday, they're open from 12 to 8, and on Saturday, they are open from 10 to 4. That's going to wrap it up for this portion of the show. Stay with us after the break, and we will introduce you to 6 cats that are looking for their chance at forever families.
Many volunteer opportunities are available on Frederick County boards and commissions, whether the Commission on Aging, Human Relations Commission, the Solid Waste Advisory Committee, Workforce Development Board, or many others. Those desiring to serve must be residents and registered voters of Frederick County. For more information, contact Joyce Grissnickel at 301-600-1102 or by email at fcgboards@frederickcountymd.gov.
Welcome back. Our first cat is one of our more outgoing cats. We have a lot of shy cats right now, but Ramsey does not fall into that category. He will come right to the front of his cage. He'll meow at you. He wants you to pet him, give him lots of love and attention. He's very curious, very inquisitive, not really feeling some of the noises that are going on right now, but when you see him in his cage, he's very confident. He's just a very sweet, handsome guy. He is a senior at about 6 years old. Seniors do qualify for a discount here at the shelter, so he would go home for a $20 reduction in his adoption fee. Our normal cat adoption fee is $97.50, and that would make him $77.50. Some things to know about Ramsey. He was a return to shelter. He came from us and was adopted in about 2014. And then he was brought back to us just a couple weeks ago because his owner was afraid that he was going to fall over him. So sometimes when people get older, things change. They're having trouble with mobility. Having an animal in the house can be kind of a problem in that cats tend to be underfoot. So if they really like attention, they will walk right in front of you, right next to you, and it can create a falling hazard for someone who's having some stability issues. So that was the only reason that he was brought back in. People's life circumstances change, so we try to be understanding about that, but it also kind of shows how affectionate Ramsey is and how he likes to be around people. So if you're looking for a cat that's going to kind of be your shadow and be with you all the time, then maybe Ramsey would be a good fit for you. Other things that his owner told us was that he's very playful, he's very energetic, that he's calm and he's easily handleable. But he also said that he's afraid of noises, which we kind of witnessed here today when he heard some loud doors closing, things making all kinds of noise just outside this room. He kind of perked up and was a little bit hesitant about what was going on there. Just something, as he's getting used to the different noises in your home, it'll be something that he reacts to less and less. But he is going to make a great pet for any family. As I mentioned, he's used to being affectionate and having lots of attention, and he craves that. So if you have a family with a lot of kids, he'll be able to kind of slide right in there and get all of the attention that he really desires. He says he likes to play with any toys really, but his preferred thing is the stuffed mice. So, you know, he's going to be easy to play with. You're going to have a great time if you're making Ramsey part of your family. You can stop in and visit him here Monday through Saturday, and we are located at 1832 Rosemont Avenue. Our next guest is a very recent addition to animal control, and she came to us through rather sad and unfortunate circumstances. This is Freya, and she's about 8 years old, and for her entire life she lived with one person, and unfortunately her owner recently passed away. The other members of the family were allergic to cats and unable to keep her, and they tried very hard to find her another suitable home and were just unable to find someone who was willing to take her on. So she was brought to us so that we could find her another home where she can hopefully just have 2 owners for the rest of her life. She's 8 years old, so she qualifies for that senior discount. She's only lived with one person, so not only is it just one owner, but it was just a single gentleman that she spent her life with. So she's very shy. She loves affection. She loves to sit on laps and cuddle. That's kind of what she's known for. She would sit on this gentleman's lap and purr and, you know, hang out and cuddle, and that's what she really loves to do. But she is very shy. Homes with, you know, lots of small kids that do loud noises, fast movements, probably not going to be the best fit for Freya. If you're, have a quiet house, maybe you're, just a single person looking for a companion, that's going to be more her speed. If you want somebody that's just going to sit and hang out and watch TV, read a book with you, then that's going to be what Freya is going to do. She is front to clawed, so that's something to take into consideration. You cannot let her get out. She's not used to having to defend for herself, and she doesn't have that primary method of defense. So you really need to make sure that you're taking all the precautions to keep her safe. Also, she's used to being an only cat. So if you have other animals in your house, you really need to keep an eye on her and make sure that she's not getting bullied by the other animals in the house, because again, she's shy and she doesn't have that primary method of defense to kind of say, hey, back off, leave me alone a little bit here. Other things that we know about her is that she has kind of a playful streak. They say she can be energetic when she's comfortable with someone. They say that she also loves empty boxes. I know that my cats love to sit in a nice empty box. And for shy cats, that also is a great thing, because they sit in there, you put a blanket or a towel in there, it soaks up their scent, you get them comfortable to having that box in one place, they feel safe there, and then you can move those boxes out into different places in the house so that she has safe zones in all the rooms in your house, especially places where you want to hang out, your living room, your family room, whatever, so that she can feel safe in there. Again, Freya is one of our senior animals, and she's available here at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. We introduced you to a couple of our seniors, and now we're going to introduce you to one of our kittens. This is Sunny, and she's about 6 months old. She's got kind of a high energy level. She wants to play, she wants to go. As she gets older, she might settle into more of a routine. But kittens typically require more work, just as a puppy would. Not necessarily work with house training, but they want more attention. They want to play more frequently. They make lots of loud noises when they're doing late night play. And they need us to train them in the same way that a dog does. Kittens don't necessarily know yet that it's not acceptable to sit on your kitchen counter or your dining room table or to scratch on your furniture, like some of the older cats who've been in homes before. So it's your job to teach Sunny and any kitten that you would adopt what the boundary lines are in your home. Sunny was previously owned. She's used to living with other cats as well as dogs. She's used to children, men, women. She doesn't appear to be afraid of strangers. She's playful, energetic, friendly, just like a typical kitten. They did note that she's also has kind of a sweet and cuddly side. She seems to be kind of happy sitting there on Tammy's lap. She's kind of wandering around. I can see her doing a little bit of kneading, but still has that curious kitten thing where she's trying to a little bit look around and see what's going on. The previous owner did also indicate that she is kind of afraid of vacuum cleaners, which is a typical cat fear, just something to be aware of. She's going to run away every time you start the vacuum cleaner up, probably. So animals here at the shelter, we always spay and neuter all of our cats, dogs, rabbits, and our pigs. So Before she goes home, she will be spayed, and we will make sure that she gets her rabies vaccine, her distemper vaccine. She'll go home with a county license. She'll be microchipped. We deworm all of our animals that come in. We also give them flea and tick preventative, and we offer you a free well visit to the vet. So for that $97.50, you're really getting a lot for your money. If you were to take your own personal animal to the vet just to get them spayed, it would cost you well beyond that $100. So it's really a great deal, and you're also getting to rescue an animal that's really in need of it, someone that just needs someone to love them. If you are interested in Sunny, you can stop in and visit her here at the shelter. We are open to the public 6 days a week. If you wanted to check on her application status before you stopped in, because we do only take 2 applications for each animal, you can call us. Our number here is 301-600-1546. The next cat that we have for you today is definitely one that will stand out in a crowd. This is Summer, and she weighs in at 18 pounds 3 ounces. She is definitely a bigger girl who loves her food. So we're going to try to get her down to a healthier weight. She's about 3 to 4 years old. She was another animal that was brought in because the owner said they didn't have enough time for her. They had her for a year, and now they've brought her to us so that we can find her another home. She is used to living in a home with a family, so she's used to having small children around. So if you have small children, maybe running around and playing with your kids will help Summer here lose a little bit of weight. It is important to talk to your vet about the correct diet and exercise plan for any of your animals. If you are, letting them lose weight too quickly, then it can also be harmful to their health as well as being overweight. When animals get severely overweight, there are issues with diabetes and mobility, arthritis, and a whole slew of other things that can creep up and not only be a sad thing when your animal is sick, but it's also going to be a financial thing for you. So keeping them at a healthy weight is going to be better for everyone involved. And it again goes back to, she was brought in for not enough time. When you're signing up to adopt an animal, when you're taking on that commitment, you are committing to the lifespan of that pet. Depending on the pet, that can be, for a hamster, then 5 years is kind of a long time. But if you're getting a cat, cats can live anywhere between 10 and 20 years. We've had people come in recently saying, their cats have lived to be 22 and things like that. So you really need to make sure that you're prepared to commit to them. Sometimes things happen, like with Freya. Unfortunately, her owner passed away. We have no control over those things. But you can make the decision about whether or not you have time to fully commit to an animal for their lives. If you are interested in making Summer part of your family, if you have the time to commit to her for the rest of her life, again, stop in and visit her here at the shelter. We are open 6 days a week, and our address is 1832 Rosemont Avenue. We've had some seniors on the show today, and our next guest is not only a senior, she's a super senior, and she is the oldest animal in the shelter right now. You would definitely not know it by looking at her. She is in excellent condition. She is 17 years old. No one around here believed it. We called around and did some checking with the vet, and she is definitely a super senior. So this is Baby, and she is a beautiful Duluth calico. So when you get the Duluths, you're used to seeing the normal calicos with the red and black kind of patches, but the Duluths are kind of whitewashed, so instead you get those grays and the cream colors. She's got beautiful bright green eyes, very clear. She's got a super cute little pink nose. She's just a beautiful cat. What we've noticed about her is that she's confident in herself, as an older cat would be. She's very secure in herself and her personality. She enjoys attention, but unlike her younger counterparts, she doesn't really beg for it. She just waits for someone to come by and visit her, and then when she gets the love, she purrs and she's happy to have it, but she's not going to be pulling you into her cage. While she's waiting for visitors, she's content to just have a nice little cat nap, and who can blame her? I like a good cat nap myself. The reason that Baby was brought to us is financial reasons. Typically, older cats do have more medical expenses, but overall, based on our assessment, baby is in very, very good health. The only thing that we really noted is that she needs a dental, which, much younger cats than 17 also need dentals. When you're doing a dental on a senior cat like this, then the vet will also want to do senior blood work before they put them under anesthesia, which is a little expensive in and of itself. So just the dental is going to be what's going to be costing you a lot of money. She's eating our typical foods here. She is a bit of a picky eater, as I recall, so she's eating something other than our IMs, but she's not on any prescription foods or anything like that. But she is a super senior, so instead of the normal adoption fee, you won't even be paying the $20. You won't even get the $20 off from the 5 to 9. You won't be getting the $40 off for the 10 to 14. You'll be getting the $60 off adoption fee for the animals that are 15 and older. Again, we talked about the fact that cats can live anywhere from 10 to 20 years, and we've had people talking about having cats for 22 years, and she's in good health. So she could live another 5 years maybe, we don't know, but she still deserves to have a good home for whatever time she has left. We are happy to announce that our longest cat residents, Gwen and Ichabod, got adopted. And because they left, the kitty cabana was kind of empty, so we added Iden to the kitty cabana along with Wizard, who was on our show last week. Those guys are now roaming free in there and hanging out. Iden came to us as a stray. She's about 3 to 4 years old. She's a beautiful black domestic short hair. Her fur is super soft. She's just a lovely cat, and she's really starting to blossom in the kitty cabana. Previously, when she was in her cage, she seemed kind of shy. She just kind of hung out in her hammock and didn't really come out very often. If someone stopped to visit her, she enjoyed the attention and the affection, but she didn't really ask for it. Now in the kitty cabana, you're really getting a fuller glimpse at who she is as a cat. When someone comes in, she comes to the door. I found her the other day, in her bed, and I kind of looked in to see if she was in there. And as soon as she saw me, she came out. She wanted attention. She's also become quite the lap cat. She'll jump up on your lap, and you can pick her up and put her on your lap. She's very happy to have visitors. She hasn't been into so much a lot of play lately, but just into all of the attention and affection. So it just goes to show that the animals' personalities can change when they have more space and they're not confined to that cage. So you want to think about that anytime you're taking any of our animals home. As they have more space and as they get more comfortable, they're going to change a little bit. But their personalities for an older cat, one that's more established like Iden, will kind of be relatively the same. Her love for affection didn't change. She was just more outgoing now that she's not confined to that smaller cage. She has already been spayed. She's been rabies vaccinated, had a couple of distemper vaccines. We've microchipped her already. She's had flea and tick preventative, which is why she kind of has a calic today. She got a new dose. And then we deworm all the animals. So again, it's a great a price that you're getting these animals for. It covers all of that initial veterinary care, and we also offer you a free well visit to the vet, so you can double check and confirm things. That's going to wrap it up for this week's show. We hope that you enjoyed meeting some of the animals that we have. They are only a sampling. If you want to see all of the animals that are available for adoption here, you're going to have to stop in and visit. Again, we are located at 1832 Rosemont Avenue, and we hope that you tune in again next week when we introduce you to more of our adoptable animals.